Okay everybody, start of the morning shift here at the cottage. Last night we got the last one of those main beams replaced, well, other than the big one that's missing out here. And like I think I said last night, yeah, we'll put in the carriage bolts and we'll get this last one on. Well, that not me really not thinking, because I have to slide those two cell plates in the front before, because I've blocked off the other end down there with that last one. Let's see. Whoop. There you go. We're going to use some plates, and like I said, I think yesterday, I was looking down here. Now, I looked at the plates at the store. You know, they were $4 or $5 a pop, and I need 6. But I think I could cut that into even better plates, and it's free. So we'll get that cut after we get the those big sill plates in. The Ranger did it again. It's not the prettiest job you'll ever see, but it made it home. So I grabbed 3 16-foot 2x10s. This was as large as I could get locally and pressure treated. The originals are 21.5 feet long, and yeah, I wasn't going to find anything like that. Okay, now that I like better. The joint is right in the middle of that huge beam. I'm going to put big corner brackets on it. Okay, got my corner brackets cut out. Also, I did leave these 12 inches. These are just over 9, but I figure if I get some overlap into the next one that I'm going to stack, that'd be good. I didn't want to go all the way up because I think that would just look silly, and I don't think it would provide much strength. Okay, got 2 down. 1, 2. Put 5 screws in a piece. I think that should be good. Okay, all of our corner brackets are in, except for these 2, which are going to go on this piece, which I'm leaving loose. Like I said, I'll wait till the outer plate here is done. But on to a part that I've literally been dreading since I looked at the building is I've got to try to put another one of these on top. And with how much the building's sagging, this is gonna suck. I guess it's probably the rest of my day gonna be doing this. So the 8-footer is gonna go in on the far end, and then the 16 is gonna go out here. I figured that'd be a little easier. I have a little more room to work on this side of the building, but still, this is gonna suck. I don't know if I said that. I'll say it again. Suck. Okay. Evening shift at the cottage. I spent a lot of time jacking this building up, taking lots of measurements, just trying to save myself a lot of trouble forcing this thing in. I'm hoping that it slides in this gap that I've created, because I'm running out of blocks. I mean, I've used up every block and I cut new blocks. The building was just so much lower than it originally appeared. So here goes nothing. Whew. Did it move? I don't think it moved. Okay, I think we're there. Boy, that sucked. That sucked as bad as I thought it was going to suck. Okay everybody, next morning back at the cottage, final day of our foundation repair marathon. We're going to put in the carriage bolts to hopefully strengthen up these main beams that we've rebuilt, and I'll probably put those plates that I bought at the midpoint on this front sill just to keep those from flexing around. And if I've got the time and the muscle left over, I'll get this 16-foot 2x10 slid in on this first joist, and we'll cut all the rotten garbage off. But let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. Let's get these carriage bolts in first, and then I'll see where I'm at energy wise for the rest of it. Okay everybody, back here at the cottage. I wanted to give everybody a good view of all the work that's been accomplished so far. And we're going to get to doing the carriage bolts. I was able to get one done before I discovered that I had bought the wrong bolts. Went back, exchanged them, so hopefully we won't run into that again. Alright, let's get to it. Okay, one beam down, two more finished beams to go, and then hopefully I have enough to put some of these carriage bolts in that outside one. Okay, got all the carriage bolted on the outside. I don't know if you can see it. Zoom in. Got the ones done on those. So yeah, a little tired, but keep plugging away at it. At least I know now that these things aren't going to fall apart. Came in here to get a count on nuts and washers, and the freaking groundhog is making himself home. I guess I gotta keep the door shut. Okay, got the first rotten floor joist cut out, and we got that measured up for a 10-footer. Okay, got the first patch in, and then we got the second sister in. Okay, we got two down. Some of the wood is a slightly different size than the original, or even between boards. I was lucky to get any wood though. Some of the stores around me are pretty picked over for lumber. Alright, I think we could probably do one more and then lunch. Okay, we're getting the floor back slowly but surely. I think it's lunchtime. Yeah, I'm tired. Alright, I want to give everybody a good look at the old versus the new. What I've been doing is just putting these outer sisters on, screwing them in temporarily. Then I find a good spot where I'm happy with the quality of the wood, and then I cut it with the circular saw, slide a patch in, and I've got everything just screwed in temporary. Let's see if I could zoom in on it. Just decking screws until we get our carriage bolts in. And I've got little just temporary, just little tiny scraps of wood holding up the ends just to take the load off of them. Don't want any cracking or moving. And they're not, you know, perfectly leveled up or anything like that yet, because once we get that outer sill plate on, you know, we'll have to deal with it then. All right, back to work. Okay, we've kind of gotten sidetracked off to another project. I really think we were kind of painting ourselves in a corner with these. it would have been really difficult to get this beam in after these were all finished. So I went ahead and I cut all the rotten garbage out, but I had to cut way more than I wanted to. So we're gonna have to put a big old plate and some bolts in to hold this all together. All right, I gotta be fast. I probably won't do a lot of filming on this because I gotta get this done before something falls. Okay, we've got one outer sill plate in. So, yeah, I really should have done that first. That is a tree falling. I don't know if anybody else heard that. Okay, everybody, back here at the cottage. And after we removed this and we got that first one replaced on the outside, I really want 2 of these to be over this pier. I don't think one is enough, and that's all that I have right now. That goes pier to pier. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back to the next pier on this outer one. Okay, got the 2 inner ones pulled. They were both just pier to pier, so that's exactly the way I think I'm going to replace them. A little bit of surface damage there in the middle. I pounded on it with a hammer. It is solid, so I had to peel off. Oh, there we go. Okay, I had to peel off the siding out here, but it gives you a good look at how solid this is, and this looks good. There's a little bit of carpenter bee damage, but other than that, no termites. Okay, we're looking pretty good. I definitely think that this was the way to do it. Like I said, this sill plate here was by far in the worst condition, given the condition of the wall on this side. And I'm a lot more confident now that I'm doing this repair correctly by taking it all the way back to the next pier. It looks real nice. Everything actually went together really smoothly, so I got no complaints there. Just used a little bit more lumber than I was expecting. So we got a couple measured out here, get those cut and put in, and then we'll get to bolting all these repairs together. Okay, we are in there. This building has a foundation again. Now, as you can see, I was able to keep it decently staggered from here and here. And overall, I'm happy with the repair. I think it's the right way to go. It's preserving as much of the original structure as I could, with making sure that this structure is sturdy and will last another 100 years. Alright, I'm going to put some carriage bolts through it, and then I'm going to head out for lunch. Okay, give everybody a look from the outside of the repair. Got all of our carriage bolts in, and those are laminating all of our pieces together. And that gives you a look at the newly repaired foundation. Well, actually, I think for the first time in a long time, this building has a foundation. And I think next week we're going to get finishing on our floor joists. Then I picked up decking. I went with untreated this time since my patch is actually holding out pretty good. I think we can manage with that and try to save some money, because I ended up using all the lumber except for that one board, and I used probably twice as much lumber as I was expecting to use on this job. So, but I think the pressure treat was still the way to go, especially down here. And then inside the building, all will just be regular stuff. All right, thank you everybody for watching. See you next time.